Hello, students. So, in Things Fall Apart, we have already discussed a gist of this novel, then character sketches. Now we are going to discuss this novel as a post-colonial novel. Okay, we have also discussed something about Chinua Achebe. We have discussed structure of the novel, then theme of the novel, characters, family tree, and everything. So let's today start with Things Fall Apart as a post-colonial novel. Now, what do you mean by a post-colonial novel? So, like I have written in my slide, post-colonial literature is devoted to the study of European colonialism and its impact on the society, culture, history, and politics of the formerly colonized regions such as the African continent, the Caribbean, the Middle East, Southeast, and the Pacific. अगर simple words में देखा जाए तो what do you mean by post-colonial? See, nations that have been colonized by the Europeans once they get independent. So it is now that even though they are independent, they are still suffering the loss of their culture, the loss of their heritage. Okay, so whatever that has happened after the colonization, the impact that colonization had on the nation, this is what we deal with in पोस्ट कलोनियल नॉवल. ठीक है, यानी कि एक देश को, मान लीजिए किसी नेशन को इन्होंने यूरोपियंस ने अपना कॉलोनी बना के रखा था और अब वो उसको छोड़ चुके हैं. दे आर नो मोर, लाइक दे आर, दिस पर्टिकुलर नेशन इज़ इंडिपेंडेंट इन नेचर. ठीक है, अपनी खुद की उनकी नेशन है, अब उनको कोई कॉलोनाइज़ नहीं कर रहा है. लेकिन उसके एक समय के पहले वो कॉलोनाइज़ हुआ करते थे बाय द यूरोपियंस. तो भले ही अब वो इंडिपेंडेंट हो गए, फिर भी जो कॉलोनाइजेशन उनको किया गया था, कॉलोनाइज़ किया गया था, उसका इम्पैक्ट अभी भी उनके कल्चर में देखने को मिल जाता है. और पोस्ट कॉलोनियल नावल में यही सब चीज़ों को हम डील करते हैं कि हाउ द नेशन हैज़ नॉट बीन एबल टू get out of that colonized attitude. Okay, so this is what we deal in a post-colonial novel. So as I've written in my slide also, second paragraph, post-colonial writers are concerned with the impacts of colonialism generally, including its relationship with issues such as gender and class. They challenge how colonists construct colonized regions and people as inferior, and also examine how colonialism affects the colonizing nations. They're interested in the wider idea of imperialism, how particular nations construct relationships that secure their superiority. Okay, well, so, uh, okay, so post-colonial literatures, what happens to these kind of literature is that they seek to reclaim self-representation from stereotypical portrayals in colonial literatures and colonial discourses. And to do so, they often use the writing back paradigm or a rewriting of Western master texts. The writers are often engaged in showing the problems of identity, individual and national, that have resulted from the cultural disruptions initiated by colonialism, that is disempowerment, dislocation, diaspora, migration. ये सारी चीज़ें पोस्ट colonial novel में आपको देखने को मिल जाती है. Okay, now we are going to discuss the features or the elements of post colonial novel that we can find in Achebe's Things Fall Apart. Okay, so there are various features of a post colonial novel. So first of all, I'm going to sum it up in one go, and then we can deal with each and everything uh, one by one. Okay. Okay. So first is appropriation of appropriation of colonial languages. Then there is meta narrative. Then we have colonialism, colonial discourse, rewriting history, decolonization struggles, nationhood and nationalism, valorization of cultural identity, counter discourse, challenging stereotypes. Okay, so these are the features of a post colonial novel. Okay, now we are going to discuss each one of these one by one. Okay, first is appropriation of colonial languages. Now, what do you mean by that? See, in post-colonial novels, what the writers do is they take the language as their, think the language of their colonizer. Okay, and though they write in English, they tend to write in a dialect. Okay, they what they are going to do is they are going to use native phrases and terms. Okay, and that is how they are going to appropriate the colonial language, which is English. Okay, so sorry, even in this novel by Achebe, he incorporates proverbs and indigenous Igbo vocabulary in Things Fall Apart. Right. For example, there is a line in chapter 3 of this novel. Nek, Eneke, the bird says that since men have learned to shoot without missing, he has learned to fly without perching. Now, try to understand this thing, that this particular quotation, this particular proverb is not an English proverb. It is rather an African proverb, right? But what the writer has done, he has used this native phrase in his novel, which is written in the colonized language, that is English. Okay, it is not just one thing that we can find. There are other instances also. For example, we can find many Igbo vocabulary, right? Igbo vocabulary can be observed in this novel, like Agadi Noi, AGADI dash hyphen NWAYI. Now, Agadi Noi means an old woman. So the writer could have written old woman, but he chose to write Agadi Noi instead of the word old woman. Why? Because he wanted to incorporate the Igbo vocabulary to his novel. Okay, then there are other words also. For example, Efulifu, EFULEFU, which means a worthless man. Then cow has been observed as Oji Udu Achi, Oji Udu Achu EGGO, which means now. So, which has also been this particular thing has also been explained in this thing, African phrase, as the one that uses its tail to drive flies away. So, why is the writer using this particular phrase to represent a cow? Because the author wants to incorporate language the incorporate the dialect which is being followed in his native state, that is Africa. Okay, so basically, to appropriate the colonial language, he has used certain proverbs, vocabulary and phrases. Okay, then there is one more thing. He has the one more instance where the writer tend to you can say he is sort of has contaminated the English language. For example, instead of using the word court manager, he uses the word Kotma, 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 which is not even of the an Igbo origin. It is rather a corruption of the word courtman, messenger, right? So, this is how the writer tends to appropriate the colonial languages. Okay, then we have meta narrative. Now, meta narrative, what do we mean by meta narrative? That the writers like to tell a certain story, and in this story, Europeans are depicted as rulers and the lesser people as people who were subjugated. Okay, so writers tend to show how, in a brutal way, they were economically exploited. Okay, and why are they doing so? Why these writers tend to show this thing? Because Europeans had shown that these colonized people were people who were not cultured. Okay, they showed the colonized people in a very different light. They showed the colonized people as beasts and presented this as if it were a fact. But post-colonial writers in the novels showed that there is more than one side to the story, to the same story. the story that the Europeans have told is just one point of view among many. Okay, so post colonial writers tend to play around with meta narrative. They like to draw attention to the way that the stories or narratives are constructed, and especially how they are always told from a certain point of view or an angle. Okay, now even in this particular uh, novel, that is in Things Fall Apart, Achebe narrates the story of a strong man named Okonko who finally hangs himself to uphold his dignity. Now tell me one thing, how are Africans portrayed in European literature? In European literature, Africans were depicted as weak and docile men, right? Who does not possess any sense of pride or dignity because they are uncivilized. So, through this novel, Achebe has depicted a character who finally hangs himself just to uphold his dignity, right? And though in this novel the readers may find that the Africans are beastly people, that the same thing has been justified. Why? I mean, how? Because Achebe says that all these beastly acts are a part of their custom or a part of their tribal life. For example, the slaughtering of a Kimifuna has been depicted as a customary act. Okay, and this is how the writer tend to create a meta narrative. Okay, now if we are going to see Achebe's personal take on this, Achebe's primary task in Things Fall Apart is to be a writer, historian, and teacher. He suggests in his book Hopes and Impediments that this particular quotation has been said by Achebe himself, that I would be quite satisfied if my novels, especially the ones I have set in the past, did no more than teach my, that is African readers, that their past, with all its imperfections, was not one long night of savagery from which the Europeans, acting on God's behalf, delivered them. Okay, now next feature is colonialism. Now, what do you mean by colonialism? See, in post colonial novels, writers show the effects of colonialism. Okay, for example, in this novel, we can see the conflict between the colonizers and the colonized, how it divided the community, the Igbo community, in Things Fall Apart, right? And also in this novel, we get to see that many people abandoned their indigenous religion after being converted to Christianity by missionaries. So, this is how the writers tend to show the effects of colonialism.